We welcome you back into Pioneer Arena for today's contest between Tusculum and Coker. Pioneers playing their 8th game of the year. Coker playing their 8th game of the season as well. Let's take a look at the starting five for the Coker University Cobras, who stand at 4-3 on the season. Their leading scorer is Chandler Lindsay at 12.9 points per contest. He'll be in the starting five, as he's the junior guard from Campobello, South Carolina, Spartanburg Day School. Christopher Fordham, the third-year sophomore guard out of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Malcolm Kennedy, the 6-foot junior guard out of York, South Carolina, York Comprehensive, averaging 11.9 points per game. Anthony Thomas, the 6'3 junior guard from Odessa, Texas, the Seminole State College transfer, averaging 12.5 points a game. And Ryan Carfley, the third-year sophomore forward at 6'10" out of Marion, South Carolina, from Wilson High School. Jared Merrill, good to see him back, took over the reins last season as the head coach of Coker and missed most of the season with the health scare, and he is back as the head coach. Elvis Casonas and Ron Apke are the assistants for the Coker Cobras. For the Tusculum Pioneers, they entered today at 5-2 off their loss this past Wednesday to the Newberry Wolves, which halted a 2-game winning streak after their loss to LMU to open up 2021. It'll be Keyston Brown into the starting five, the 5'10 sophomore out of Springfield, Kentucky. Dyquavis Wilkins, the 6'5 sophomore out of Greenville, North Carolina. Anadi Legist, the 6'7 freshman out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Adrian Cohen, the 6'5 junior from Woodstock, Georgia. And Trenton Gibson, the 6'4 junior from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's a massive lineup change for this Pioneer basketball team, but I love the athletic ability of Dyquavis Wilkins, and it's good to see he and Adrian Cohen, after they missed a game earlier this season, just because Coach J.T. Burton didn't believe that they had practiced hard enough or weren't into it, said you're going to miss the game. They have really responded and come back in a big way, and now here they are in the starting five for the Pioneers, who had been starting Josh Scott and Justin Mitchell in place of the injured James West. Been starting Brandon Mitchell as well. But here, a big change for head coach J.T. Burton in his third season, 9th overall, assisted by Justin Chartrand and Deontay Ferguson. A Pioneer basketball team that is looking for a rebound game here today against Coker. Our referees will be Wallace Hardy, the referee, Dennis Boyd, and Kevin Biddle, responsible for blowing the whistle. Hopefully not a whole lot here today at Pioneer Arena against the #1 team in the conference in committing fouls and against the last-place team in committing fouls, the Coker Cobras. They just don't foul much, which means they move their feet well. They still play at aggressive pace and aggressive style, but they play very much under control, much like LMU does. So today the challenge for this Pioneer team is, can they get in position to slow down dribble drive for Coker? But they are a perimeter-oriented team, 4 out, 1 in for a Coker side. Brian Staten courtside, glad you could be with us here on this Saturday, snowy Saturday in East Tennessee, as Wallace Hardy steps to the center circle to throw the ball up into the air. It'll be won by Anadi Legist, and we're underway from Pioneer Arena. Brian Staten courtside, Game Station Engineers, the executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network, Nathan Humbert. Glad to have our guys on board with the TV side of things as well to provide you all the pictures that you need to see here for today's basketball game. Pioneers, Keyston Brown on the top of the key will pull up with the jumper from 15 feet off the dribble. It's good, and the 15-footer falls for the Pioneers. So that's off to a great start already. Corey Sedgwick, appreciate you being here as always. Doug Page providing you all of the sights that you will see through the broadcast through the Tusculum website. So into the front court, this is going to be Coker. It'll be Malcolm Kennedy at the top left side to Lindsay. Lindsay will swing it to the right side for the Cobras. They look to go inside, but Legist battling hard. He did fantastic job on Wednesday night when he came in relief of Brandon Mitchell. Here's a turnover by the Coker Cobras, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back. Just underway, 2-0 Tusculum on a Keyston Brown 15-foot jumper to open up the contest for this Pioneer basketball team. Trent Gibson held to a 13-point game, gives it up to Anadi Legist. He'll take a three. This one's off the mark, and if you think that's not a good shot for him, think again. Anadi Legist from three-point territory this season had been 4 of 8 prior to that miss. It'll go out of bounds off of the Pioneers, and Coker will have the basketball. So the Cobras yet to get their first shot, although we've only played a minute. We'll bring it into the front court across the midcourt stripe. This will be Lindsay. Lindsay will handle it and throw it out top of the key to Kennedy. Kennedy onto the left side to Thomas. Thomas, Kennedy, Now swing it on to the left wing at the three-point stripe to Fordham. On the dribble is Lindsay, and then a pass over to Fordham, looking inside the paint. Ball's knocked free a couple of times, saved by Coker. They have 5 seconds to shoot. Popping a three will be Lindsay. It's deep. It's no good, and the rebound by Wilkins. Pioneer basketball on the run into the front court. Dyquavis Wilkins, known as Bebe, will take it across the midcourt stripe. On to the left side, this will be Trenton Gibson. Gibson gives it up to Legist. Legist to Cohen. Cohen on the right wing. Off the dribble, pull-up jumper from 18 feet. That's no good. And the rebound snapped out of the air by Coker. On the run to the front court will be Lindsay as Coker wears the road navy blue uniforms with the gold trim. Here's a three ball. That's off the mark and no good. And the rebound comes down to the Pioneers. Gibson on the run to the front court. Back out to the top of the key. Gibson surveys, now puts it on the floor, drives in the paint, kicks it out to Brown, fires a three. This one's no good. Legist battles for the rebound. The Pioneers have a second chance as Gibson comes away with it. Cohen to Gibson. Gibson mishandles the dribble and turns it over. So Coker will have it and will bring into the game Anderson Keller, a junior out of Lenoir, North Carolina, as he'll check into the contest for the Cobras. As he's in immediately for Coker. Also into the game comes William Onioti, the sophomore from Rayford, North Carolina. Onioti into the paint to Keller. Inside-outside game. Three ball on the way by Thomas is off the mark, no good. Legist rebounds. Here come the Pioneers. Cold shooting start for both of these teams on a cold Saturday afternoon in East Tennessee. Right side, Wilkins back out into the hands of Cohen. Cohen on the dribble at the top of the key. Wilkins, he'll try a three. That one looks off the mark. It's no good. And the weak side rebound taken down by Fordham. And it will be Coker basketball. Lindsay will bring it across the stripe on the dribble, picked up by Cohen. Here's Keller on the right wing. Gibson out far on him, out of Fordham. Fordham, couple of bounces, goes left side to Lindsay. Now Keller from the left elbow, picked up by Brown there. Keller on a give and go, inside, outside, and they probably should have just taken the shot. He got into the air from about 15 feet away, and instead of just shooting it, decided to try to pass it off. And a little miscommunication with he and Onioti, and it'll be a turnover against the Cobras. The Pioneers will have the basketball back, and they're just 1 of 5 to start the game. Coker is 0 for 3 with their 2 turnovers. Adrian Cohen on the right side to Wilkins at the top, left side to Gibson. Gibson down the lane, little pull-up jumper from 8 feet, rims, no good, and the rebound comes down to Coker, and the rebound taken by Lindsay. Pioneers struggling offensively. Coker as well, down 2-0. Nearly 4 minutes gone here in the opening half. Skip it left side to Fordham. Now onto the top of the key. On the drive is Thomas, and a whistle to stop play. We're going to get a jump ball, and the arrow to stay with Coker. And the Pioneers will send in Brandon Mitchell, Zach Dixon, and Josh Scott into the contest. But a good start, good energy for the Pioneers. Just poor execution, I guess. 1 of 6, 17% to start the basketball game for the Pioneers. On the inbound, it'll be Lindsay, baseline front court for Coker. They go right to left on your radio dial as we view it. Again, no fans once again here at Pioneer Arena. Just a few personnel, administrative personnel. I think that will change maybe the longer we go. On the drive is Lindsay on a double team, puts it up and in. Banked it in for 2. And Coker is tied it 4 minutes into the game at 2. Keyston Brown responsible for the only points for the Pioneers at the moment. On a double team, gives it up to Brandon Mitchell a long way from the bucket. Josh Scott to Trenton Gibson. Gibson on the left wing will put it on the floor and then kick it back out. Josh Scott open for 3. Bang. Josh Scott extends the 3-point streak. 222 straight games. 932 of the last 933. The Pioneers have had a 3. 5-2 Tusculum. 15:25 to play in the first half. On the right side, Fordham. Skip it to Lindsay on the left wing. Watched by Zach Dixon there. Back out on the top. Brown switching to him. Ball knocked inside to Keller. Lost it. Got it back. Fires from 18 feet. No good. Josh Scott with the rebound. Outlet into the hands of Keyston Brown. On the run to the front court. Top of the key. Josh Scott steps into another 3. Bang! Hit another one. 8-2 Tusculum. Into the front court. This is going to be Coker. Right side, Fordham. Fordham between the rings. Watched by Dixon. Left side bounce pass to Keller at the left elbow. Keller backing his way in, takes a tough turnaround jumper. Back iron, no good. The rebound comes down to Coker. The putback is up and good. Offensive rebound putback that time. I believe it was by Onioti. 8-4. Backdoor look to Scott. Oh, my goodness. 8 straight off the bench for Josh Scott. What about a wake-up call for him? 10-4 Tusculum as they go back up front by 6. Pioneers, after a 1 of 7 start, have hit their last 3 shots, and all of them from Josh Scott. Right side, top of the key. Mishandling the dribble is Lindsay. Lindsay at the top of the key. Right side. Down the lane. A little drive is good by Onioti. On the drive is Keyston Brown. He's going to sling it outside but travel before he made the pass, which takes us to a timeout on this floor, and that's enough to allow us to bring you the update in the South Atlantic Conference. So not a whole lot of action that is going on today because of the postponements. Queens earlier today defeating the UVA Wise Cavaliers as they put up 91 points in that game. They're the newly ranked 15th ranked team in the country. LMU at number 6. The number 6 ranked team in the nation will not be playing today because they were scheduled to play Mars Hill, and that game has been postponed. So that game will not be happening today. Catawba and Newberry postponed because Catawba is in quarantine, and Anderson and Wingate postponed because Anderson is in the quarantine. Wingate, after a slow start, they played 9 games, all of theirs, or at least found ways to find other ways to play. They have not had to go to quarantine just yet. They are 6-3 on the year after a very slow start for them. They are the hottest team in the South Atlantic Conference, not named Lincoln Memorial University. So the only other game that is going on today is Lenoir-Rhyne at Carson Newman, and that is going to be played, actually might be underway here in just a few moments, about 10 minutes away from getting underway at Carson Newman. So that's the only other men's game that is going on today. A lot of women's games that were played today. Carson Newman were big winners. It was Anderson surviving Wingate's comeback bid as they built a big lead in that one. And former Pioneer coach Devin Carter at Lincoln Memorial gets a win against the Mars Hill Lions today. So those were the other women's basketball games that took place outside of, oh, by the way, history being made here at Pioneer Arena. The Tusculum women off to their best start in school history at 9-0. Recorded school history, we should point, but we can't find it anywhere else. And you know they've been searching. 10-6 out of the timeout. The Pioneers have a 4-point lead, shooting 4 of 9 from the field. Coker is 3 of 8. Backdoor look, Onioti on the baseline. Triple pump on the baseline, puts it up and in. He's off to a great start. Onioti for the Coker Cobras. He has 6, and it's a 10-8 Pioneer lead. Left side front court, Keyston Brown. Skip it to Trenton Gibson. Gibson drives down the lane. Scoop shot off the glass is too strong. The rebound tipped by Mitchell. Right back into the hands of Gibson. Right back to Gibson for 3. In and out, no good. Brandon Mitchell tips another rebound. Tips it into the air, goes up for it, and gets it for the Pioneers again. Another scrappy play for this Pioneer team. That's what we've been accustomed to seeing with head coach J.T. Burton. Left side front court, Trenton Gibson. Gibson, Josh Scott. Scott, Zach Dixon, 5 to shoot. Dixon will take a 3, had it blocked. And then he deflects it and wins it right back for the Pioneers. Baseline 3, Dixon. This one is short, no good. Mitchell battles for the rebound. It's tipped out and won by Coker. Well, the Pioneers had several opportunities, but it just wouldn't go. 10-8, Pioneers, and now Coker with the chance to tie it or take the lead this possession. Coker's hit their last 3 shots. Tusculum's missed their last 4. In the front court, this is Lindsay on the dribble. Lindsay to the foul line. Will kick it back out onto the left wing to Thomas. Lindsay. Lindsay fakes a pass, then takes a jumper, and it's good for 2. Ties the game at 10. Faked the pass, got the defense off of him, and drains an 18-footer. 10-10, Tusculum and Coker. Right side front court. Pioneers haven't scored in over 2 minutes. Trenton Gibson to the spot in the paint, missed it. That's his spot. And then a reach-in foul, I think, is going to go against Josh Scott here. And that'll be the case. It'll be our first foul of the game. So Scott will pick up number 1, and it will be the team's first as well. And that'll take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take the break. 12 minutes to play in the first half. Tusculum 10, Coker 10, as you listen to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Broken windshield, take 1.
Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, check.
Nope, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom.
Geico. Great service without all the drama. Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, shakalaka, 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 shaka. Scoop, shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Williams Onioti for Coker leads the way for the Cobras with 6 points. He's averaging 0.7 points per game on the year, playing in his 4th game this season. Coker with the basketball out of the timeout and a 10-10 score, which means they can take their first lead. Back on the floor is Anderson Keller. Give it back up into the hands of Lindsay, who will back it out near the midcourt stripe. Watch there by Kobe Funderburk, who's on the floor, with Makai Olden for the Pioneers. Inside, outside to Keller, 4 to shoot, and Olden all over him. Lindsay forced to take a baseline 3. It's in and out, no good, and the rebound taken by Trenton Gibson. Pioneers on the run to the front court, Funderburk to Olden. Olden bouncing it to Brandon Mitchell. Skyhook in the lane is off the mark and no good. So shots that are right in the comfort zone for Trenton Gibson and Brandon Mitchell not falling early for the Pioneers. We're tied at 10. Tusculum is in a scoring drought over 3 minutes, and they've missed their last 6 shots. Meanwhile, Coker's on a 6-0 run, 4 of their last 5. Keller, inside, outside to Lindsay. Extra pass in the corner for 3. Wide open is Seth Bennett. His 3 won't go, and the rebound is saved by Coker all the way to our location directly in front of us. So a second chance opportunity. Inside to paint, this will be Keller. Keller backing his way in on Mitchell, now backs it out to the top. And on the drive is Lindsay. Lindsay, Keller takes a deep 3. This one is short. The rebound comes all the way back out to the top. It's saved by Coker again. So the Cobras with another opportunity on another second chance. Their 3rd offensive rebound, their 2nd this possession. The Pioneers have 4. Pioneers are being out-rebounded 10-9. Lindsay on the drive, right to the bucket. Between 3 defenders, puts it up and in. And J.T. Burton not very happy and will ask for the first timeout here of this first half, the one you burn or you lose. So Coker on an 8-0 run, leading it 12-10 right now here in this basketball game. And again, the only other game that is getting set for action is going to be Carson Newman and the Lenormand Bears, and that will be coming up from Holt Fieldhouse this afternoon, as well as they are underway now. Carson Newman leading it 7-2. Didn't think that game was going to get underway until 4:30, but the women's game went a little bit faster, so they went ahead and I suppose decided to go ahead and play that one and get it going. So the Pioneers out of the timeout, just trying to get things sorted out on their end. We'll take Trenton Gibson into the front court. A naughty Legist out there with Dyquavis Wilkins, Makai Olden, and Kobe Funderburk. Funderburk, as he is heavily guarded as soon as he touches it. 11 of his first 14 shots have gone down from three-point territory. Legist spinning in the paint. He misses an easy layup. Rebounded by Wilkins. His putback is no good. Legist comes up over the top and commits a foul. And again, it's just like it's not falling for the Pioneers. They have their 2nd personal foul. That's the first on Legist. So into the basketball game returns Keaston Brown. 12-10 Coker here in the early going. And Keller in the backcourt with some backcourt defensive pressure by the Pioneers, who have Funderburk, Olden, Brown, Legist, and Wilkins out there. Keller on the right baseline. A 3-ball on the way. This one is off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Keaston Brown, but everybody gets back for Coker. No chance at a fast break opportunity. Pioneers need a bucket as they are in a big drought. They haven't scored in 5 minutes. Brown ends that with a 15-foot pull-up jumper off the dribble. Pioneers had hit 4 of their first 17 shots. We're at 24% prior to that make. Now they're 1 for their last 9. They've tied the game at 12. From the top to the right, now to the top of the key, and with the basketball, this is going to be Kennedy. Kennedy to Fordham, to Lindsay on the right side. Pioneers in a man-to-man. The dribble drive here open for Lindsay. If he wishes to take it, will drive it on Funderburk and draw the foul on Funderburk. And again, that was the key to the game for Pioneer coach J.T. Burton, play without fouling. Funderburk will pick up his first and the team's third. Meanwhile, Coker has yet to foul in the game. And 2 shots for Lindsay, who will go to the free throw line for the Coker Cobras. So Lindsay averaging 12.7 points per game on the season, is 73% from the free throw line, and knocks home his first free throw. Adrian Cohen into the contest for the Pioneers. Onioti is back in for the Cobras. And again, season best 6 points for him, averaging 0.7 points per contest. Lindsay makes them both, and the Cobras lead again 14-12. Cohen will take it across the stripe on the dribble for the Pioneers. Coach Burton has played a lot of bodies here in this opening half. Josh Scott came in, immediate impact with 8 straight to give the Pioneers the big 10-4 lead early. Legist inside the paint, baseline jumper is good. Went right through the chest of his defender. He's just so strong and powerful. Finishing with that contact to tie the game at 14. Into the front court, this will be Lindsay on the dribble. Legist picks him up there. Give it up. Fordham out to Kennedy on the right wing. He'll drive baseline, pull up, and miss it off the glass. The rebound putback is no good. Another rebound, this time pulled down by Legist. Into the front court is Adrian Cohen. Cohen, top of the key is Keaston Brown. As we go to 8 minutes to play here in this first half. Brown, crossover dribble, back out to Wilkins. Wilkins, Legist, left wing, back it out to Cohen, wants a screen. He'll take off right down the lane, pull up off the glass, bank it in. Adrian Cohen. Little 8-foot jumper off the glass, and the Pioneers lead 16-14. Pioneers have hit their last 3 shots, where Coker has 1 for their last 7. Lindsay will take it across the stripe at 7.5 to play here in the first half. On the right side is Lindsay on the dribble to the right wing and give it up and into the hands of Thomas. Fordham in the paint, nice up and under move for 2. It's good from 10 feet. Tied at 16. Across the stripe into the front court. This will be Keaston Brown. You see Coach Burton tinkering with the defense. They don't stay in that zone all the time, as they've been giving up some dribble drive penetration and still have LR on their schedule who do nothing but dribble drive. And here's a kickball, which will send us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take the break. 7:01 to play here in the first half. Tusculum 16, Coker 16. Pioneer basketball continues after this from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network. Tusculum and Coker tied at 16. Pioneer basketball. Trenton Gibson yet to get going offensively. Anadi Legist down the lane. Drive is good. And 1. Anadi Legist finishing with the contact. Didn't even hear the whistle. And the personal foul goes against Coker's Ryan Carfley. It's the first foul against Coker of the basketball game as well. And so Anadi Legist will go to the stripe for Tusculum, the freshman out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Legist at 77% on the year from the stripe, takes the shot and then runs back to play defense. Didn't even watch it go through as it went in. Pioneers lead 19-16. Tusculum 4 of their last 4 shots. Coker down 3 with the ball, top of the key. Into the contest has come Jordan Jones. This is Thomas on the dribble to Jones at the top of the key. Bouncing it to the foul line, a backdoor lob, and a dunk by Fordham. Pioneers got lost in translation, and it's 19-18 with the high percentage rim rocker. Top of the key, Adrian Cohen. Cohen on the left wing, skip it to Wilkins. Wilkins back out to Keaston Brown. Coker really spreads you defensively, and now Brown takes off down the lane. Off the glass is good with the dribble drive himself, Keaston Brown. And we're going to get a stoppage for a delay of game against the Pioneers. Pioneers lead 21-18. Keaston Brown with 6 points here in this first half. Josh Scott leads the way for Tusculum with 8. Lindsey has 8. He's on the bench. Fordham with that rim rocker on the baseline with his 4th point. So 21-18. Tusculum by 3. Can they get a stop? Fordham at the top of the key onto the right side. Tusculum, who has hit their last 5 shots. Watch Coker stay right with them, though. Left side, Fordham. Fordham back out to the top to Lindsey. Lindsey, inside, outside, on the dribble drive. Little baseline floater's no good. The rebound tip controlled by Legist. Had it knocked away, and Fordham steals it. Fordham with the steal for Coker. Now he's in trouble on the baseline, but will find some help in Seth Bennett. Bennett will get it to Carfley, and Coker will reset. Rare turnover for the Pioneers, their 3rd of the basketball game after securing the rebound. Fordham, and into the corner on the left side, Thomas, back to the top, Lindsey. Lindsey with 9 to shoot. Looks inside the paint to Carfley. Little hook shot over Legist, rims out, no good, and the rebound is going to be out of bounds, and it will be off the Pioneers. And the Pioneers just can't get rebounds. That is just the craziest thing to me. So Mitchell will be back into the game. Legist will get a breather. He has played well. Anadi Legist, 5 points for him, 3 rebounds. Coker on the inbound, fresh 22nd shot clock. This will be Fordham on the left wing. He's been a tough guard today. Right side is Thomas. Thomas directing traffic. Pioneers in a man-to-man. Carfley on the baseline, make that Keller, and then a tough lay-in is no good, and the rebound is kicked around and thrown out to Keller from on the right wing at the 3-point stripe. The Pioneers can't secure it again. Under 5 to play in the first half. Pioneers lead 21-18. Lindsey on the dribble drive is slowed down, turns, shoots, and misses, and Wilkins secures the rebound for the Pioneers. On the run into the front court, Wilkins will lob it to Mitchell. This is Brandon Mitchell. Carfley defending him. Mitchell, that little step in the paint is off the mark, no good, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Coker's Lindsey. First miss in 5 straight for the Pioneers. Coker missed their last 4, all on that last possession, as they just got to the glass. Out offensive boarding Tusculum 6-5. Out rebounding Tusculum 15-14. And then Cohen commits a foul with 4:14 on the clock here in the first half. It'll be his first. And the team's 3rd. Number 4. So Cohen out there, Keaston Brown with Trenton Gibson. Now Josh Scott returns, and Brandon Mitchell. Lindsey between the rings on the dribble in the front court for Coker. Tusculum leads 21-18. Fordham. Lindsey. 7 to shoot for Lindsey. Pounce it to Keller. Fordham draws the foul, and he'll be at the line to shoot 2 as Josh Scott got over there late and commits his 2nd personal foul. So that'll take us to a timeout on the floor as well. We go to a break. 3:56 to play in the first half. Tusculum 21, Coker 18. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingles has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry. Let
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
to 18, Tusculum with the lead, shooting 39% from the field. Coker's 35%. Fordham will go to the free throw line for the Coker Cobras. Off to a good start with his 4 points so far in this basketball game. He'll be shooting 2 free throws, and he is good on his first opportunity of this basketball game. Third-year sophomore, 63% on the year from the free throw line, averaging 6 points per contest. Already with 5 so far in this one. Looking for his second, which is good. 21-20. Tusculum by 1. Haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. They've hit 5 of their last 6 shots, though. Trenton Gibson from the top of the key. On the dribble is yet to get his offense going. Josh Scott's back out to Keyston Brown. Looking for Gibson to get going. He's 0 for 4 from the field. Brown swings it out to Cohen. Watched by Keller. Spins, hangs, shoots, missed it. Onioti with the rebound for Coker. It was a well set up play, but the Pioneers couldn't finish it off. Across the midcourt stripe on the dribble, this will be Lindsey. Lindsey swings it to Fordham. Lindsey. Pioneers back into that zone. Here's Keller. Scout is good on him. He can pop that 3. Onioti won't take the 3, but he travels as he makes his move to the rim and turns it back over for the Pioneers. So the Pioneers will get it back on the third turnover by Coker. Makai Olden and Zach Dixon into the contest for the Pioneers. And again, a lot of bodies playing. We're just trying to get the right combination here in this first half, with Tusculum holding a 1-point lead, 21-20. Coker down by 1. Pioneers 5 of their last 7. Coker's missed their last 4 shots, although they have 2 free throws by Fordham. Brown a 3. No. Rebounded by Brandon Mitchell and tips it back out to the top to himself. Second chance opportunity for the Pioneers. Here's Trenton Gibson. Gibson goes baseline, double teamed, cut off, slings it out to Zach Dixon. Dixon, Gibson, in the corner for the extra pass to Brown. Dixon a 3 with the shot clock winding down. Rims no. Rebounded by Olden. Putback is good. Makai Olden with the offensive putback. 23-20, Tusculum. Across the stripe with the basketball is Lindsey. Lindsey on the dribble for the Cobras. On the left wing, Keller with the screen. Swing it to Fordham. Fordham from the left wing to Keller. Keller. Lindsey fakes a 3, gets Dixon in the air, but then Dixon comes back and commits a foul. Boy, it looked like it was a clean one too, but Dixon's going to be whistled for his first personal foul. Team foul number 6 on the Pioneers. So it'll be Lindsey to the free throw line at 73% on the season and leading the way for the Cobras with his 8 first half points. He's 2 for 2 at the free throw line as well, and his 17-plus minutes worth of play here early, and he makes the first free throw. Carfley and Bennett are back into the contest as Keller gets that breather. Will come out of the game. Pioneers have gone to the free throw line once, made it. Coker with their 5th and 6th opportunities, made them both. Everybody's perfect from 15 feet with no resistance. 23-22, Tusculum. Makai Olden, left wing 3. That's no good. Bennett battles for the rebound, throws it right to Brandon Mitchell for the Pioneers. Tusculum lucky to get a second chance. Zach Dixon down the lane. The runner is good for Zach. Little floater for Dixon from about 4 feet. 25-22, Zach Dixon, the youngster from Charlotte. Into the front court on the right side. This will be Lindsey. Lindsey had the ball knocked away. Keyston Brown picks up a loose ball. He'll drive it on Lindsey. Try the finish with the left hand. No good. Olden tries to save it. He cannot. And a whistle for a foul that's going to go against Brandon Mitchell on a reach. Mitchell picks up his first. And it's a 1-and-1 opportunity with the 7th against the Pioneers. And a fast break opportunity. The Tusculum have not been executing in the fast break this season. Well, in 2021. Really messed things up at Catawba, but got the win. Really messed it up against Newberry. And right there, mess up a fast break opportunity. Although it wasn't an easy finish for Keyston. You like to see that finish. So Fordham at the free throw line, 1-and-1. That's Justice as he missed it. Rebounded by Mitchell. 25-22 Tusculum. Pioneers with the basketball. On the left side, this will be Keyston Brown. Gibson, Dixon. Gibson on the right wing. Back to Dixon for 3 on the right baseline. This one is no good. Olden tips it to Mitchell. The ball is saved off of Coker. It'll be Pioneer basketball. 1:06 to the half. As Coker, who hasn't scored a field goal in over 5 minutes, has scored 4 points at the free throw line in that time. Trent Gibson on the left side. To the top is Brown. 1 minute to play in the half. Keyston Brown. Dixon drives right down the lane. Off-balance runner is good by Zach Dixon. Comes up a bit lame, but a good finish by Zach. And the Pioneers have their they led 10-4, sorry. Left side front court, Fordham inside the paint. With the basketball is Thomas. Thomas driving on Brandon Mitchell. Reverses no good. The rebound comes down. And it'll be a jump ball, the arrow to the Pioneers. So the Pioneers battling, but battling for that rebound as well is Janarius Snell, who's just checked in, a freshman from Holly Hill, South Carolina. Keller back into the game for Coker out of Lenoir, North Carolina, from Caldwell Community College. So it'll be Trenton Gibson, scoreless here in the first half. Held to a season-low 13 against Newberry. Has even yet to get to the free throw line as well. Coker has played the entire first half, committing just 1 foul. They average 15 fouls per game. 5 to shoot. Trenton Gibson driving it. Falls to the floor, losing possession. Apparently it's off Keller with 2 seconds to shoot and 5.6 seconds on the game clock. On the inbound will be Keyston Brown. Brown on the inbound for the Pioneers. And Trenton Gibson falls down, and the ball will be thrown out of bounds. I believe they'll put 0.5 seconds back on the clock. It was 5.6 seconds on the clock when it stopped, and it didn't touch anybody when it went out of bounds. So Coker will have 5.6 on the clock when they get done with this conversation. Down 27-22 here on the road at Pioneer Arena. And they're still talking about it. Are they just saying it's good? We're just going to play 5.1? Let's go with 5.1. So 5.1 on the clock and a quick timeout for Coker to burn it before they lose it. And I believe they may just talk about it. If it was touched, then they take some time off the clock. If it was not touched, then they may add 0.5 on the clock either way. Coming up here at the half, we'll take a look at some other scores around the league, which isn't much. We'll give you the update from the women's games and history made here today for the Tusculum Pioneer women. We'll talk about that, your first half statistics, all that coming up here at halftime from Pioneer Arena. Of course, the jumbled up schedule that the Pioneers will have, we'll talk about that as well. Where we're going, when we're going, why we're going. So they will put 0.5 back on the clock, so 5.6 seconds on the clock for the Coker Cobras, and they'll have the full length of the floor to go. Bennett is out there with Jordan Jones and Lindsey. This will be Keller, got away with an extra step. He'll race it into the front court to Lindsey, get into the paint, rejected by Mitchell, the school's second all-time leading shot blocker with his 147th block shot. Now just 12 back of Brad Hawks, the all-time shot block leader at Tusculum, 159. So the Pioneers will go to the locker room with a 5-point lead as they rally to end the first half, as Coker ended the first half 0 for their last 6 and 2 for their last 11, and scored their last 4 points from the free throw line. Zach Dixon with 4 straight for the Pioneers to give Tusculum the 5-point edge. We have reached halftime with your score. It's Tusculum 27 and Coker 22. Your Pioneer halftime report is next here on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Windshield, take 1. Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, check.
Nope, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom.
Geico. Great service without all the drama. Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingles has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingles, all the ingredients for family. So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
My name is Trent Gibson. I play basketball here and I'm a sophomore. I chose Tusculum because of the family atmosphere that's given. As soon as I walked on campus, I was embraced. And also just because of the academics. I feel like I'm pushed every day to be my best.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division 2. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division 2 and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division 2, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsoncitytoyota.com.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
let's get you to that wedding.
A curveball is that much more satisfying.
I got the flowers!
When you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
27-22 as we get set to start the second half. We welcome you back into Pioneer Arena. Brian Staten courtside. Game station engineer is the executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network, Nathan Humbert. Justin Jeffers here earlier today calling the Tusculum historic 9th win of the year to open the season at 9-0 as they defeated Coker earlier today. We start the second half the way we started the game with the personnel on the floor for both teams. Lindsay with it on the right side for the Cobras, as Coker will have the basketball to start the second half. Fordham on the left wing to Lindsay at the top. Actually, it's Keller getting the start to the second half. And a little teardrop floater on the baseline is up and good, made by Malcolm Kennedy. As the Pioneers got beat on that 2-3 zone, and Keller, who gets the start here in this second half, with the nice finish, or the nice assist and the nice finish by Kennedy. So the Pioneers reset in the front court. Trenton Gibson on the drive to the foul line, had it knocked away, gets it back. 10 seconds to shoot. Gibson, step back three, is rimmed off, no good. Wilkins tips the rebound, can't put it through, and it's rebounded by Fordham, and then a reach-in foul on Adrian Cohen trying to steal it back. So Cohen whistled for the foul. That'll be number 2 on AC. And the first on the team here in the second half, just 51 seconds in. Kennedy's going to come out of the game as Bennett, the UNC Charlotte transfer, is in. So something must be wrong with Kennedy. Now he appears to be okay. He's coming right back to the bench. Or he's coming right back to the scorer's table to check back in. 27-24 Tusculum. Keller with it into the hands of Bennett. This is Lindsay, gets a screen, but Brown hedging the screen. They give it to Carfley in the paint. His shot is no good. It rims out. He gets it back, and he puts it in. 6'10". He's tough to move. 4 straight for Coker, and it's a 1-point Pioneer lead to start the second half. Keyston Brown on the right side. Nadi Legis drives down the lane. His jumper no good with a lot of contact, and the rebound comes down to Coker. The Cobras just pack the paint, and they just kind of dare you to shoot from outside, and typically that's great for Tusculum because they're shooting great from outside, but not here over the last week and a half. Bennett with it as Coker can reclaim the lead here to start this second half. Keller out to Fordham. Fordham will skip it to Lindsay. Lindsay dribble drive in the paint, stops, sets, shoots. This one is no good, rebounded by Gibson. Tusculum basketball, and into the front court comes Trenton. Trenton to AC on the left wing for the Pioneers. Cohen to Wilkins. Wilkins yet to score in this game as well. That's very strange. He's usually good for a highlight reel. And this will be an offensive foul on Adrian Cohen, number 3 on him. Well, not the start of the second half the Pioneers needed, that's for sure. As Josh Scott will be in for Adrian Cohen, who's going to pick up his 3rd foul. It was a nice aggressive move, but it was apparently too aggressive in the minds of the officials. So again, Coker another chance to take the lead here in this second half. Inside to Carfley, working on Legist, and he'll have the lead for Coker. 28-27, Tusculum down 1 as Coker has opened the second half on a 6-0 run. Legist a 3, bang. And Nadi Legist, he's 5 of 10 from 3 this year. 30-28 Tusculum, and they needed that. Can it spark some defense? Pioneers 3 of 14 from 3. That's 21%, but that's better than Coker at 0 for 7. Kennedy back in there. They get it to Lindsay, who drives baseline. On the baseline is Keller. He lost it, and it's out of bounds. It's off of Coker's Keller, and it goes to the Pioneers. And Coach Jared Merrill says you didn't even see it, and that's probably just one of those guesstimate type of a calls. So the Pioneers communicating in the backcourt, trying to set up what they need to do as they come out of the locker room. Watching Coker go on a 6-0 run to start this second half. Trenton Gibson on the dribble is watched by Fordham. They'll take off down the lane. Gibson with his first 2. Off the glass, the little kiss is good. Missed his first 5 shots. And the Pioneers lead 32-28. Right side front court, this is going to be Lindsay to Fordham. Fordham back to Lindsay. Lindsay on that right wing. Gives it up to Kennedy, back to Lindsay. Lindsay on the dribble drive, runs into resistance. Turnaround, tough jumper is no good, and the rebound tipped out, controlled by the Pioneers. Dyquavis Wilkins to the baseline. A little step back 15-footer. It's no good. And the rebound comes down to Gibson. Keller was trying to box out. Who do they get? Did they get Josh Scott? Yeah, they gave it to 0. They are giving that foul to Josh Scott. They gave that foul to Josh Scott. That is number 3 on him. Right side at the front court is Coker's Fordham. Fordham will have it knocked away and stolen by Keyston Brown. Brown gets it right back into the front court as the Pioneers get a stop. You call that justice. But then Trenton Gibson mishandles the dribble and gives it right back to Coker. Man, it's been a weird couple of games for TG, as they call it. 32-28. Tusculum by 4. Left side is Fordham. Lob it to Keller from the foul line. He'll take a 15-footer, and he gets it to go. Keller from 15 feet. It's 32-30, Tusculum. Right side, this is Brown. A deep 3 is short. Rebounded by Mitchell, and Carfley's all over it. That's going to take us to our first timeout here of this second half. So we'll take the break and return to Pioneer Arena right after this. Coker's outscoring Tusculum 8-5 here in the second half, but the Pioneers have the lead. Tusculum 32, Coker 30 on the Pioneers Sports Network. Tusculum leads 32-30, and they have the basketball in an inbound after a foul that went against Ryan Carfley, his second. Pioneers being outscored 8-5. They're 2 for 7 this half. Coker's 4 for 7. Gibson from the baseline, back out to Keyston Brown. Brown at the top of the key, watched by Lindsey. 3-ball by Wilkins, in and out, no good, and a rebound foul going against the Pioneers. As Trenton Gibson battles to get that rebound, Gibson will pick up his first. And into the basketball game is going to come Miguel Boscovich, the sophomore out of Spain, will check into the contest for this Pioneer basketball team. So Coker with the basketball and down 2. Right side, this will be Keller. Been a great facilitator in this basketball game for Coker. Lindsey swings it left side. 3-ball wide open is good by Kennedy. It's their first 3 that has fallen, and Malcolm Kennedy knocks down the 3, averaging 11.9 points per contest in this one. Across the stripe, this will be Keyston Brown. Coker leads 33-32. Boscovich inside to Wilkins, waits, shoots, and one. Dyquavis Wilkins with the highlight reel. It's just got to be ball movement, and Dyquavis will go to the free throw line for this Pioneer team. Only the second free throw opportunity for Tusculum in the game. Dyquavis, who missed the Carson Newman game, had 12 points, 4 rebounds against Wingate this year. Wilkins will go to the stripe at just under 7 points per contest. He'll get another chance should he miss. He does, as Fordham got into the lane early. So Wilkins, the young sophomore out of Greenville, North Carolina, from Farmville Central High School. Back to the free throw line for the Pioneers, trying to cap the three-point play. Missed it short. Rebound, Brandon Mitchell for the Pioneers. Mitchell working against Carfley. Hook shot, no. Another miss by Mitchell on that hook shot that he's usually money with. So the Pioneers lead 34-33, but Coker has the basketball into the front court. Fordham, skip it on the right side, Lindsay. Here's Keller. Keller, back to Lindsay. Watched by Boscovich. Keller, 10 to shoot. Lindsay. Into the paint. Runs with some resistance, and Boscovich, who stayed right in front of Lindsay the whole time, who lowered his shoulder, much like Adrian Cohen, is going to be whistled for the foul. So Boscovich picking up his first. And an inbound situation for Coker. Makai Olden will be into the contest. On the inbound, this is going to be Lindsay, lobbing it out to Keller from the right wing. Josh Scott closes on him quickly. Keller will give it up and into the hands of Lindsay, who bounces it back to Carfley, working against Mitchell. Mitchell stays right down with him. They throw it back out. This will be Kennedy. Hit the three just moments ago for Coker. Tries another one. This one is no good. And the rebound, Boscovich. Pioneer basketball into the front court. Makai Olden. Olden skips it to Keyston Brown. Now center of the floor, and will reset in the half court. Done a lot of half court stuff. Haven't really gotten out on the fast break. Nothing in transition in this game. As Brown will pull up off the dribble for two. It's good. Keyston Brown has played very comfortable in this game. That's about the best way I can put it. 8 points for him in his 24 minutes of play. But the Pioneers still below 40% shooting for the game at 16 of 43. 36-33 Tusculum. Kennedy, watched by Boscovich. Right side, Fordham. Fordham back out to the top to Lindsay. Lindsay, loose ball. Boscovich diving on the floor for it, and a whistle to stop play for a jump ball. Boscovich was excellent minutes off the bench and seldom used this season. The arrow should favor the Pioneers. And it does. So Gibson will come back into the contest for Tusculum. And it's been a rough couple of games for the reigning AstroTurf South Atlantic Conference Player of the Week. 13 against Newberry, a season low, but right now being held to just 2 points. Brown, baseline Boscovich. Fakes a three, takes a three, bangs a three. What a substitution. Boscovich knocking down the three for the Pioneers. He's played a total of 3 minutes this year and missed the only shot he has taken. That's his first career point as a Pioneer. Keller's hook shot is no good. Onioti with an offensive rebound for Coker. They throw it back out on the baseline. On the drive, inside, outside to Lindsay. Lindsay looks back for Keller, stumbles and throws it away. 5 to shoot for Coker's Bennett. Bennett driving on Boscovich, and he'll draw a foul with 1 to shoot. You hate to have those fouls, and Boscovich will pick up his second personal foul, with the Pioneers leading 39-33. They equal their largest lead. They have reached halftime, and it is Carson Newman leading LR 31-27. And in women's basketball, in a game where Wise had their game canceled with Catawba and Newberry had a canceled game, Wise is leading Newberry 40-31 at halftime. Bennett, meanwhile, at the free throw line, knocks home his first. Bennett's first points of the basketball game as he makes them both. 39-35, Tusculum. Trenton Gibson back into the front court to Brown. Keysby will give it up to TG. Brown on the left wing. We're under 12 to play in the game. Gibson, Boscovich, baseline. No. Rebound weak side by Bennett of Coker. 11:40 on the clock. Here come the Cobras into the front court. They haven't made a field goal in over 3 minutes, but they again are getting to that free throw line. Thomas just under the game for Coker. Didn't start the second half as he started the game. Now Bennett on the right side. Taking time off the clock, bouncing it to the left side to Jordan Jones. Check that. Into the basketball game is Janarius Snell. Now on the baseline, the ball pinballs around, and it's going to be nearly tied up. And it will stay with Coker, and they have 2 seconds to shoot, but we will have a timeout. We'll go to a break at the under 12 timeout. 11:15 to play in the game. Tusculum 39 and Coker 35. Pioneer basketball resumes after this as you listen to Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Broken windshield, take one. Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, jab, jab.
Nope, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah!
Geico. Great service.
Two seconds to shoot for Coker. They get it into Kennedy, who fires a three. That one's no good, but Fordham gets an offensive rebound and puts it in. 39-37, Tusculum. Across the stripe is Trenton Gibson. Gibson, Keyston Brown, baseline three. No, he missed it all. The rebound comes to Brandon Mitchell somehow. Mitchell to Trenton Gibson. Drives it on Fordham, stops, sets, shoots, and scores with contact. No call. Trenton Gibson makes it 41-37 on a second chance opportunity for the Pioneers. They have a 10-8 edge in that category, but Coker's doing their job as well. And Fordham has done a great job defensively against one of the conference's best guards. Lindsey drives. Little floater is rimmed twice. Three, no good. Rebound tipped out and controlled by Keyston Brown. Here come the Pioneers racing it into the front court, but Coker back organized defensively. Boscovich to Trenton Gibson with Makai Olden out there as well, and Brandon Mitchell. Brandon Mitchell needs some help, finds Boscovich. Boscovich, step back three, was on target, but it's off the mark and no good. An offensive rebound by Brandon Mitchell. He goes up, and he lost it going up, and the rebound is still loose and picked up by the Pioneers. Now Trenton Gibson, baseline 10-footer is good. Trenton Gibson. 43-37. Can the Pioneers get another stop? And I think a timeout has been asked for by Coker, so that'll take us to a timeout as well. Back in a minute, 9:43 to play in the game. It's Tusculum 43 and Coker 37. Pioneer basketball continues after this from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Windshield, take one.
So we welcome you back into Pioneer Arena, where this Tusculum Pioneer basketball team leads today 43-37 out of the timeout asked for by Coker. Lindsay down the lane is losing possession and losing the ball. Loose ball picked up by Brandon Mitchell. So on the run into the front court, here comes Trenton Gibson, and he had it knocked away for a moment, but Brown saves it to Zach Dixon, a three. No, he tried to guide that one in. And the rebound comes down to Coker. On the run into the front court. And a kickball taken by the Pioneers will give Coker an inbound. So again, the Pioneers laboring again from that three-point stripe, and Zach Dixon is normally just money. Misses on another attempt. 43-37, Coker with the basketball. On the run into the front court, Fordham, his shot is blocked, and then the loose ball picked up by the Pioneers. Mitchell gets another one. Dixon driving it. Mitchell is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Heard that one right under the bucket, and Brandon Mitchell will be at the free throw line. That foul will go against Anthony Thomas. He picks up his first. So the Pioneers, Brandon Mitchell at the free throw line, and no good on the first. Brandon, who is number 2 all-time in school history in block shots, I think 2 today, so if you add that, that's 148 block shots to his credit. Number 2 all-time to Brad Hawks of 159 for his career. Last year set a school record with 62 block shots in the season. Goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. The Pioneers have their largest lead of the game at 44-37. From the top to the right, this will be Bennett for Coker. Left side, Thomas to Lindsay. Lindsay on the dribble drive, throws it out to Fordham. Fordham has the ball deflected on a kick, but the Pioneers moving well defensively. Anadi Legist and Brandon Mitchell on the floor at the same time. Boy, I like those two out there together. Pioneers need some rebounds. The second chance points even at 10, as Kennedy's going to come back into the game. He's responsible for the only three-pointer made for Coker. They're 1 for 11. Tusculum is 4 of 21 from downtown. Both teams combined, if you add the percentage, 28%. Fordham somehow steals the ball from Gibson on the inbound. I don't know how Gibson didn't come away with it. They'll throw it into the backcourt, but Trenton Gibson will race everybody down for it, lay it up and in. Trenton Gibson gets a steal and gets a bucket. And the Pioneers lead 46-37 on a throwback into the backcourt, where if Coker had touched it up, it would have been a backcourt. You know, anytime it goes in the backcourt, you kind of let up, but Gibson didn't. And then Keyston Brown comes up with the steal. He's fouled, and he'll be at the line to shoot 2. And it'll come as we will go to a break right at 8 minutes to play in this basketball game. The personal foul was whistled against Seth Bennett, his first. And it takes us to a timeout on the floor. We go to break, 8 minutes to play. It's Tusculum 46 and Coker 37. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, shakalaka, 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 shaka. Scoop, shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Pioneers lead right now 46-37 on a 7-0 run, with Keyston Brown going to the free throw line for the Pioneers and his 8 points in this game. missing on this first opportunity. Had a career best 14 points on 5 of 10 shooting, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks against LMU this season. In his last 4 games, 8.2 points a game and was 7 of 9 from three-point territory. And in this basketball game for Keyston, 0 for 4 from 3. Pioneers' largest lead of 10, 47-37. It's the first double-digit lead of the game, and they've done it with their defense. Bennett back out to Jordan Jones, who is back on the floor for Coker. He'll pull up for a 2, and this one is no good. Rebounded by Legist, who grabs it for Tusculum. Gibson across the stripe, watched by Jones, and a whistle and a foul on Jones. Well, the foul's starting to mount for Coker, and I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek. It's just their 5th foul called here in the second half. It'll be just their 6th foul of the game, and Lindsay will come right back into the game for Jones. Nice job by Coach Jared Merrill at Coker. Just can't talk about the job that he has done. They were always one of the most gifted athletic teams, but he has really put it together. Into the contest will come Devontae Johnson for Coker. Legist to Brown. Brown to Gibson, baseline 3. Wipe off the 3. They're going to say Keyston Brown ran through Bennett for an offensive foul, player control. So Keyston Brown is whistled for his first, and it wiped off the corner 3 by Trenton Gibson. You hate those calls. I mean, it's a turnover, and it wipes off 3 points. It's an 8-0 run for the Pioneers. Coker with the basketball down 10, 47-37. Lindsay back on the floor. Zach Dixon watching him. Dixon defending Lindsay, who crosses him over at the top of the key and gives it up. Fordham to Bennett. Bennett to Lindsay. Lindsay drives it in and then throws it away, or is it tipped? It was. Dixon got a piece of it with 9 seconds to shoot for the Cobras. Right side inbound will be Lindsay for Coker. And it's stolen by Brown. Keyston Brown with the steal. He'll go right to the rim with the contact. Can't finish it, but it'll be at the line again. Keyston Brown comes up with the steal after he was committed that offensive foul. And Devontae Johnson picks up that first foul for him and the 6th on Coker here this half. They committed just 1 in the first half, I should say. So Brown back to the stripe and strips net on the first free throw. He had his first collegiate points on a 3-point make against Leeds McRae last year. And when he starts, 14 career starts, the Pioneers 11-3. And he started today. I'm not going to say he's the good luck charm, but I just love the way he plays. Boscovich will relieve him as the Pioneers have a 49-37 lead, and they're on a 10-0 run. Lindsay into the front court, stays with the dribble as Gibson comes with the double team and backs it out near the midcourt stripe. Stays on the dribble, he slows it down, and everybody surveys, and all the coaches are yelling at their players. I don't know how you process that stuff. Kennedy from the left wing into the paint. Keller back out. This will be Lindsay. He'll try a 3. Is wide open, and it's good. Lindsay drains the 3, and it's their first field goal in 4 minutes and 19 seconds, maybe longer than that, say 4.5 minutes. They had 4 turnovers in that span. It's 49-40 Tusculum. Left side front court, Zach Dixon. Dixon bouncing it to Legist, watched by Keller. Lindsay says clear out, and then he put it on the floor, and he had it stolen by Lindsay, who weaves his way through traffic. It's a fast break for the Cobras. After the turnover by the freshman, he's trying to get a one-on-one with Keller. They swing it out onto the baseline to Kennedy, to Keller from 8 feet, fading away, missed it. Rebounded by Trenton Gibson. Gibson takes it into the front court, watched by Fordham, stops, Legist, puts it in. Nice look by Trenton Gibson. And the Pioneers are racing no field goals in the last 2.5 minutes with that layup by Nadia Legist. Pioneers lead 51-40. Kennedy to Lindsay. Lindsay on the right wing. Solid game for him, 13 points. Hitting the 3 just moments ago. Just the second made by Coker in the game, and the second this half. 9 to shoot. Ball is tipped by Zach Dixon, and they're going to say jump ball, and the arrow is going to favor the Pioneers, and that ball didn't stop very long. But the Pioneers are going to get it back on another turnover by the Cobras, which is their 12th of the game. Into the game will come Thomas. Into the game will come Mitchell for Legist. Boscovich with big minutes in this one, the most on the year. And 2 games played prior, played 3 total minutes. But Boscovich now over 8 minutes for this game with a big three-pointer. And a 3 that was needed. The Pioneers 4 of 21 from 3. Dixon down the lane, high off the glass, gets the finish with the left hand. An acrobatic highlight reel finish for Dixon. 53-40 Tusculum. 4:45 on the game clock as the Pioneers build their largest lead. Left side is Bennett. Bennett, right side, Lindsay, another 3. This one is in and out, no good. Rebounded by Dixon. So the Pioneers have it. And Trenton Gibson will take it into the front court. He has 8 points all this half. Gibson on the baseline. Out to Brandon Mitchell. Had it knocked away by Lindsay. Put it on the floor from 15 feet away, and Lindsay with his quick hands steals it. Keller for 3 in transition is short, no good. Boscovich with the rebound. Long pass up ahead to Dixon. It's too high for him to handle, and it's turned over. So an attempt on a transition bucket for the Pioneers. And we got to get Ely out there to clean up the floor, mop it up as Dixon was laying and lounging around taking a nap. Pioneers are held to just 53 at this point. 63 in the loss to Newberry was the season low, but they're still second in the league, scoring at 85.9, but they started out just red hot. 87, 109, and 101. That'll help your average. Left side front court, top of the key Fordham. Back to Lindsay, and then Boscovich will be whistled for a foul. Boscovich, well, he's getting his money's worth. That takes us to a timeout on the floor. So we'll take the break, our final of the game. 3:53 remaining. It's Tusculum 53. It's Coker 40. Pioneer basketball resumes after this on the Pioneers Sports Network. So Boscovich picking up that foul, giving Coker a 1-and-1, where Tusculum's on a 14-3 run over the last 7 minutes. Tusculum leading at 53-40 as Lindsay will be at the free throw line shooting the 1-and-1, as mentioned. The Pioneers up to 41% shooting. They're 10 of 22 this half, 45%. Coker 7 of 19, 37%, shooting 34% for the game. And the Pioneers leading, they get their first double-digit lead of the game here this second half. Lindsay, front end is good. He'll have the bonus. 14 for Lindsay. He's also 5 for 5 at the free throw line. And the second free throw for Lindsay. Short, but it rims, no good. And the rebound comes down to Gibson. Pioneer basketball leading by 12. Gibson across the stripe into the front court. Gives it up to Keaston Brown. Nice ball handling by Trenton Gibson. Brown hands it off to Josh Scott. Scott, left side to Gibson. Gibson on the left wing, lobs it inside, outside. Boscovich fakes the 3, takes the 3, missed the 3. And the rebound is loose, and I think it's off of Coker, and it is. Trenton Gibson throws it off of Kennedy as that 3 rims out. And a fresh 20 seconds for the Pioneers on a second chance opportunity. Points there on second chance points are even at 10. Gibson, oh, they're going to get an offensive foul. Are you kidding me? That is just that is just basketball. I don't complain about a whole lot in my late age, but for crying out loud, that's a foul on Gibson. Number 2 on him. 53-41, Tusculum by 12. On the drive in the paint to Bennett. He'll drive it in the paint. Now back it out to Kennedy, who fires a 3. This one is no good. The rebound, Boscovich. There's as much contact there as there was on that Trenton Gibson drive. That's a tough call on TG just moments ago, and it was unfortunate. And as much as I like to complain, we'll just do the game. Now Gibson is stolen. Lindsay will drive it, put it up and in. And a timeout's going to be asked for by the Pioneers with 2:41 to play here in this basketball game. The steal by Lindsay to give him his 16th point right at midcourt. And again, Gibson has had some issues with the turnover bug, but he's had a solid game. 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, but now 4 turnovers for Trenton Gibson in the basketball game, and you just don't normally see that. It is a 10-point game for Tusculum, who's had 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Coming up on Monday, the Tusculum men will travel to Gaffney, South Carolina. It'll be our first game against the Limestone Saints as South Atlantic Conference members. As a matter of fact, I don't remember many games against Limestone at all, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't remember ever going to Limestone until I did with the women back in December for their win on the road there in Gaffney. So we'll go there Monday, and it'll be the makeup game from the game that was to be played in December. So 4 of the next 6 games for this Pioneer team will be on the road, and they're getting ready to start a stretch where it'll be 4 straight. Limestone, Queens, Anderson, and Lenore Ryan. Then they'll have Newberry and LR at home. Pioneers with the basketball into the front court out of the Pioneer timeout. It took a full break that time. They have 2:30s remaining. Right side is Adrian Cohen. Into Mitchell. Shoots it off the glass, and it rims off no good. Mitchell Scott save it, but it's stolen by Fordham, and he has Keyston Brown to beat. Gives it up to Kennedy, who shoots it, missed it. Fordham follows and puts it in. You get a good shot by Brandon Mitchell, but it wouldn't go, and it's down to 8. It was 13, now it's 8. The Pioneers haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. They got to get points on this possession, period. Cohen between the rings, center of the floor. Gibson at the top of the key. Gets a screen. Scott with 9 to shoot. Cohen on the left wing. Drives it to the rim, and he'll draw some contact, and he'll go to the free throw line. So Cohen got the step and then drew a little nudge, and the foul went on Fordham, who has played, that's his first foul of the game. He plays phenomenally without fouling, and he is a lockdown type defender, and he's held Trenton Gibson to just 8 points in this one. Keyston Brown with 11, and Nadi Legist has 10 for the Pioneers. Cohen misses the first of 2. Got to have points. Legist back in, Keller back in, Jordan Jones back in for Coker. Free throw for Adrian Cohen. Missed them both. Loose ball. Josh Scott had it and gets it to Cohen. Back to Scott to Gibson. 90 seconds to play here in this basketball game as Gibson had it knocked away. Legist has it, and he's fouled. And it'll be a 1-and-1 as Anadi Legist will go to the free throw line. This is on Jordan Jones. That'll be number 2 on him. So Legist will be at the stripe to shoot a 1-and-1, the 8th foul against Coker here in this second half, the 9th for the game. They were saying that was a 2-shot foul. All right. Legist makes the first. Had a 14-point game against Carson Newman, his career best. Legist with his 11th point there. And he makes them both. A 10-point Pioneer lead, 55-45. as Lindsay will take it into the front court, a game-best 16 points. Drives it down the lane, blocked by Legist. Josh Scott with the rebound for the Pioneers. Outlet to Keyston Brown, who takes it across the stripe, picked up by Bennett. Double team comes. Legist to Trenton Gibson. Gibson, who's been to the line 0 times in the game, leader in the conference and makes an attempt, or at least one among the leaders. Doesn't have the ball in his hands right now. Keyston Brown with 9 to shoot. And he'll get around Jones. They're going to call an offensive foul as Keyston Brown used that off arm to gain an advantage on Jordan Jones. So Brown will be whistled for the foul. That turns the ball back over. Into the contest, Iquavis Wilkins for the Pioneers. (55-45). The Pioneers are the highest scoring teams in the league, held to 55 against Coker. Lindsay driving it, kicking it out. Here's a 3 by Bennett. This one is no good. Fordham tried the dunk putback, and he's fouled. Wilkins will be whistled for this foul. That would have been highlight reel. Holy cow, that kid he was up there. I mean, that was Dyquavis Wilkins-esque. So Fordham will go to the free throw line. And he'll shoot 2 on the foul on Wilkins. And his first is good. So Jones along with Johnson back in. Offense for defense. They keep switching it out. And with 48 seconds to play, it's an 8-point game. Pioneers have won 5 of the last 8 against Coker. Went 1-1 last year against the Cobras. And Fordham makes them both. Wilkins on the inbound to Gibson. Gibson picks up the dribble, needs some help, and will find Keyston Brown, who's fouled by Johnson. So Brown will go to the stripe to shoot a 1-1. And the foul on Johnson is going to be his second. So Keyston back to the stripe for this Pioneer team. Again, 8.2 points a game in his last 4. And he makes the first of 2. And now Brown in the contest with 12 points. His second, short, rebounded by Lindsay. Loose ball, Legist diving to the floor for it, ripped away by Lindsay. Just took it right away. Into the front court, Keller a 3, and this one is no good. And the rebound, Josh Scott soaring for the board into the hands of Trenton Gibson under 30 seconds to play. And Gibson will be fouled. It'll be his first trip to the free throw line. It'll be the double bonus as the foul will go against Seth Bennett, will be his second. The Pioneers appear to be surviving it despite their offensive woes today. They're 39% from the field, 22 of 56, and just 4 of 22 from 3. That's one of those things that's been taken away for the Pioneers. They've been averaging 9.7 threes a game. They were held to 6 against Newberry, and now just 4 today. And we're third in the league at 39% from three-point territory. Today, just 18%. First is good. Second is no good for Gibson. A 10-point Pioneer lead. Lindsay into the front court. Stops, sets, shoots, and no. Rebound tipped, controlled by Legist. And Nadia Legist will be fouled with 13 seconds on the game clock. And the foul will go against Bennett, his third. So Legist will come to the stripe, looking to be the team leader in scoring today. He has 12 along with Keyston Brown. Lindsay with 16 for Coker. Fordham with 12. And had just been more impressed with just his defensive ability in his 38 minutes. The leading minute getter today for Coker. Legist missing at the free throw line. Second free throw for Legist. Makes it. Anadi with 13. Pioneers lead once again 11, 58-47. Loose ball inside and a jump ball on the arrow to stay with Coker with 5 seconds to play in the game. Pioneers are going to get it to go to 6-2 on the season, and again, not easy today as well. A defensive-minded Coker team. And the rematch late February. Keller, a deep three at the buzzer, is good with 1.7 seconds to play, and that's going to be the final shot of the contest. Tusculum wins. The Pioneers win. Tusculum will get a 58-50 victory against the Coker Cobras as they erase that loss against the Newberry Wolves this past Wednesday. So Tusculum gets the victory, and it's a very successful day here at Pioneer Arena as well. Back with your final numbers, and Coach J.T. Burton, your final. Tusculum 58, Coker 50. You've been listening to Pioneer Basketball here on the Pioneer Sports Network.